Hello again, friends. It's me. Welcome back to my channel. And in this new video, we are going to talk about something very interesting. We will talk about darkness. What kind of darkness am I talking about? Is it physical darkness or something more? I don't want to tell you now. Let me first explain everything and then you can figure out what kind of darkness I'm referring to. So let's get started. Now, these days, most of us have jobs that require us to spend most of our time in the light. From the moment we wake up in the morning, the sunlight is the first thing that we see. Then throughout the day, we stay in the office surrounded by artificial lights. The same is true for when we go out for lunch or shopping. There is no end to the amount of exposure to light that we get every single day. There are several advantages of living in the light. It improves our mood, increases productivity, improves sleep, and also boosts vitamin D levels. However, there is also an exception to this rule, and that is when it comes to sleeping. Sleeping in the dark is best for all of us. Darkness triggers the release of the sleep hormone melatonin, which brings us to the topic of today's discussion. Darkness, which may not just be darkness, but could be the darkness of ignorance. What do I mean by that, you might ask? Well, think of it this way. Most of us, when we were young, would sit at the feet of our parents and grandparents, listening to ancient tales of mythology and religion. In those stories, there was always a concept of good versus evil, where good would always triumph over evil. As we grew older, we stopped listening to such stories and instead focused more on our education. As children, if someone asked us who created the world, we would answer, God did. But once we entered school, we began to question this answer. Our textbooks defined the creation of the world through evolution. We were taught that humans evolved from apes, and that the earth itself was formed millions of years ago. Not only that, but we were also told that all the other religions and their concepts of creation were false. We grew up believing that our textbook answers were correct. Otherwise, our teachers would have corrected us. As responsible citizens, we blindly trust the government and the institutions built by the government. If the government says that there is 100% unemployment, we believe it without even questioning how the government came to that conclusion. The same is true when it comes to the figures of authority in politics and religion. People follow whatever they say without using their own judgment. They don't question anything. Everything that they say is considered correct and final. What happens when people never question or think for themselves? They remain ignorant. Imagine someone walking into a room filled with light after being in the dark for a long time. When that person suddenly enters the room, their eyes cannot adjust to the brightness immediately, and so they squint. Once their eyes adjust, they are able to see everything clearly. Similarly, when people are ignorant, they cannot accept the truth because their minds are not used to it. When someone tries to open their eyes to the truth, they often respond by closing their minds. Even if they are convinced to open their minds, they still cannot see the truth. Why? Because their hearts are full of greed, lust, anger, and attachment. These are the 5 elements of ignorance. So long as a person has attachment to the body, so long as they are under the illusion that this body is theirs, they will remain trapped in darkness. The human brain is the most powerful tool on the planet, yet most of us use only a small portion of its potential. Think of the many great inventors and scientists who illuminated the world with their inventions. Electricity, airplanes, computers, mobile phones, and so much more. All of these things have made our lives easier and better. But have we ever wondered why these inventions were made? It is because the inventors wanted to make life more convenient and enjoyable. They wanted to free humans from doing hard work and give them more time to live life happily. But today, instead of using these facilities for happiness, they have become sources of misery. Look at the computer. It was invented to make our lives easier, but today, it has become the reason for job loss. People work long hours in front of a computer screen. They use computers to play games or to watch movies. But have they ever wondered that this machine that they are sitting in front of could also take away their jobs? They don't care. They keep working on it and eventually lose their jobs. In the same way, mobile phones have become a source of endless stress. A mobile phone was invented so that people could communicate with each other easily and quickly. But today, it has become a device that creates distance between relationships. People no longer meet face to face. Instead, they prefer to talk on a mobile phone while sitting in the same room. Have you ever sat down and wondered why you need to constantly check your mobile phone? Why do you feel restless if you don't receive a message or a call? Why do you think it's important to post everything that you do on social media? Why do you care so much about how many likes your post receives? Your restlessness and anxiety stem from your attachment to these devices. And what is this attachment based on? It is based on the ego. Your ego demands that you always remain connected to the outside world. But why does this ego exist? Because you have identified yourself with the body and mind. This is where ignorance prevails. If you truly understand that this body and mind are not yours, but are merely borrowed from nature, you will not be attached to them. When you stop identifying yourself with these temporary things, you become fearless. Fearlessness means you are free from the darkness of ignorance. In the state of fearlessness, you don't crave anything, so nothing can make you unhappy. You are not affected by praise or criticism. This is the state of those who have realized the truth. My dear friends, think about it. Every moment that we waste complaining, worrying, or being attached to something is a moment wasted in darkness. This is because worry, complaint, and attachment are the three qualities of ignorance. Think about how much progress we can make if we live every moment of our lives in awareness. Now, therefore, the first step towards progress is to turn away from the darkness of ignorance. To do so, we must learn to control our minds. But how can we control our minds? It's simple. By being aware of our thoughts, always remember that you are the observer of your thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. Just as a swan takes only the cream from the milk and leaves the rest, you too must take only the good thoughts and leave the bad ones. By practicing this, you will gain mastery over your mind. With a disciplined mind, you can achieve anything. So, my dear friends, the path to progress is simple. Turn away from the darkness of ignorance and walk towards the light of knowledge. Do not let the darkness of ignorance prevail. You are all blessed with the human birth, and this in itself is a great fortune. Use this human life wisely and attain liberation from the cycle of birth and death. If you are a true seeker, you must constantly strive to illuminate your inner and outer worlds. Do not be satisfied with what you know. Keep learning and keep moving forward. Only then will you be able to see the light. As you continue on this journey, you will come across many obstacles. Some may try to hold you back, but do not give up. You are capable of achieving far more than you think. Have faith in yourself and trust in the divine. With that, I come to the end of this video. I hope you liked the subject and the way I presented it. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of the video. Also, please like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Thank you. Take care and bye-bye.